Hello everyone and welcome to your series of interviews Read to Triumph on the occasion of the 27th edition of Algiers International Book Fair, which celebrates the 70th anniversary of the glorious revolution on November 1st, 1954, and with the guest of honor, Qatar. So without further ado, let's start our discussion with Ammar Gouasmia. Thank you for accepting our invite.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. So you've won several awards for your literary translations. What do you think is the importance of translation in enriching Algerian and Arab Muslim literature?
Great. A nice question that should be addressed in every occasion, and especially the International Book Fair held in Algeria in this period. Well, translation, as we all know, has a great importance and significance in enriching every culture, not only the Arab or the Algerian one. In our case, the Algerian culture and heritage needs to be translated into other languages and making other heritage travel into our language. That's to say that translation is something about facilitating communication and explaining and rendering our values, our history, our heritage traits from our mother language, which is Arabic, or even Tamazight, into other languages, namely the major ones, English, French, Spanish, Chinese, etc. So the importance lies in the fact that as we translate, we make other people understand us, knows how do we perceive life, our world views, etc.
Mm-hmm. So translation is important not only to enrich literature, but also to promote local heritage and culture.
Yes, exactly. Vocal ones. Allow me to opt for Arabic from every now and then, because we are dealing with translation. Translation means at least two languages. So vocal heritage in Arabic is al-turath al-mantuq. That's very important.
Oral traditions, maybe?
Oral traditions that are not written down or that are not jotted down in our books, in our transcriptions, etc. So we are responsible for promoting and rendering and translating and transmitting these heritage to others, so as to know how the Algerian people perceive the world, as I mentioned before, the world views, then vice versa, from the other languages to our language, to understand others also, so as to facilitate communication.
Mm-hmm. Regarding cultural heritage and culture, can you name a few of your works?
Thank you. Thank you for shedding light on this matter. In fact, there are many works that are already published or I am working on right now. Among them, a great book on the medical practices in the Algerian in the time of colonization. One author wrote about these practices in his book entitled Arab Medicine and Surgery, a study on the healing art in Algeria. This book is published in 1920, and it was not translated from that time. I have the opportunity to find the book and translate it into Arabic, and it is published this year via the publishing house Khayal. This book is great for the studies of history, anthropology, ethnology, etc. Another book is published by the Supreme Council of the Arabic Language, المجلس الأعلى للغة العربية, which is the lexicon of the Algerian culture, معجم الثقافة الجزائرية. We have worked on this lexicon and translated into two other languages other than the Arabic, French and English. I am charged with the English translation. Another colleague is charged with the French translation. These two books are very important in promoting the Algerian heritage to the whole world.
So let's move from translation to teaching and English in Algeria. You're a teacher, right?
Yes, I teach English online courses.
Right. Since
Yes.
you're a teacher, Algeria introduced English teaching in primary schools in 2022. That was 2 years ago. How do you follow the evolution of the use of English in Algeria as a teacher?
Yes, English has positioned itself as the lingua franca in this world, in this universe, since so many years. It is the lingua franca that when three people from three different nationalities speak three different languages, when they do not understand each other, they opt for English to facilitate communication. So because of that, English nowadays is the #1 spoken language in the world. Given this fact, the Algerian government sought to adopt it in our educational system, starting from the primary school to middle school, secondary school, and university. I think this is a great decision in a great critical period for the transition of our government from stepping out the French domination in this country.
We'll get back to this point,
Yes.
but how do you assess the growing interest in English among the younger generation?
Yes, the
in
younger
Algeria?
generations are very skilled in learning many languages, namely English. And since they are skilled, they opted for the English language as, let's say, the second language after the
Instead
Arabic
of,
language. Yes,
Instead of French, we're
French,
seeing a big interest
we may
towards
say,
English.
We might say right now goodbye French. French is no longer present in our daily life speech, especially
The young
among
generation.
younger generations. They are good in, I say, in English, speaking and writing. They are watching movies in English, sometimes without subtitles. They tend to express themselves in English very, very skillfully. Yes, and even in their daily speech, they try to opt for English words rather than French one. The code switching right now is for English rather than French, and that's great, in fact.
So what impact could this governmental reform have on the position of French in the Algerian society, both in the short and long term?
I think it is at death's door. French nowadays is at death's door, تحتضر in our country by the vision of our government. The president and the government seeks to apply English in the primary school, hopefully that it should be it should replace French in communications, in papers, in every activity.
In all aspects of
in all aspects
life.
of life. Yes, that's it.
So how do you see the role of French evolving in Algeria over the next decade? Do you think French will maintain its dominance, or English will continue to gain ground, as we were just saying?
Yes, the second one is the correct answer. French is at death's door, as I said. It is no longer dominating. We may say goodbye to French right now, and that's very important to us, to generations, to the younger generations, because English is everywhere. One who needs to, let's say, conduct research in an area of knowledge, resources and references are available in English rather than other languages, including French. So, opting for English will be the solution to our younger generations and will help in expanding their knowledge. That does not mean that we have to be prepared for getting rid of Arabic. No, Arabic is at the first place, Tamazight is at the first place, then comes the other languages, starting from English.
Mm-hmm. So we're witnessing nowadays the decline of Francophonie.
The decline, yes,
Yes,
it is a
right.
decline of Francophonia, yes.
And how does this reform align with the broader trends of globalization? What role does English language play in this specific context?
Yes, globalization is the equivalent of English because this idea of globalization is imposed by the English-speaking world, namely the USA and UK. So one who wants to reach this globalization and be involved into it and be, let's say, attached to it, has to adopt English rather than the other languages. Without I also underscore this fact without stepping away from our mother tongues.
Thank you very much, Guesmia, for your insights and for your time.
You're welcome.
And thank you, dear viewers, for your attention. See you soon.